Hello there, Star Wars fans. Are Kazuda and Torra going to be Ezra and Sabine all over again? I theorize about this, but first I want to say I'm Mike and welcome back to Star Wars Speculation, where we love serious speculation but don't take it too seriously. But back to comparing Kazuda and Torra of Star Wars Resistance with Ezra and Sabine of Star Wars Rebels. The Star Wars Resistance Aces featurette suggests that Kazuda and Torra will just be friends, just as Dave Filoni suggested Sabine and Ezra were supposed to be in Star Wars Rebels. So are Kaz and Torra going to be a recycled version of Ezra and Sabine's relationship? I really don't think so, and here's why. Ezra and Sabine are two totally different characters from Torra and Kaz. Ezra and Sabine have come from a very dark time. Ezra's parents were taken away by the Empire, and he was an orphan surviving on his own, basically a street rat like Han Solo at the beginning of Solo: A Star Wars Story. And likewise, Sabine's homeworld was occupied by the Empire. And when Sabine was very young at the Imperial Academy, she was used by the Empire to create an incredibly destructive weapon. So it goes without saying that both of these characters come from a very dark time. And both of them at some point in their young lives did turn to the dark side. Whether that's Ezra in the Sith holocron or Sabine in working for the Imperials to create a destructive weapon. If you contrast this with Kazuda and Torra, and it's very easy to see that Kazuda and Torra are actually on the opposite end of the spectrum from Ezra and Sabine. Torra is described as having childlike wonder and is deeply dedicated to friends and family. The Aces featurette also suggested that she is very protected from her dad. Kazuda seems very young and just out of the academy as a Republic pilot, really quite naive, and he's described as a fish out of water at the Colossus station, and as his voice actor Christopher Sean tells us, he's not really good at spying. So both Kazuda and Torra are naive. They have a lot to learn about the greater galaxy, and more specifically, how horrible it can be. Sabine and Ezra really already knew how horrible the galaxy could be, and their story was working together to deal with their past so they could become a better version of themselves and help the wider galaxy. Now, if we look at Kazuda and Torra, and this is totally speculation, but I believe they will be losing their naive view of the galaxy, and so will need to help each other through that challenging time. They are most likely going to have a dark future, but again, they're going to have to fight through that dark future together so that they can make the galaxy a better place. So all that said, could Kazuda and Torra actually be in a romantic relationship? So many of you want Ezra and Sabine to be in love, whether that's during season 4 or in the future, and it'd be really interesting if we did get that sort of relationship between Kazuda and Torra, and the good news is I believe we could. I mean, there's just no other obvious couple like Kanan and Hera in Star Wars Rebels. Kazuda and Torra really seem to be it on the show. And even a kid's show like Resistance isn't not going to have a romantic relationship. I mean, the original trilogy had Han and Leia, Padme and Anakin were part of the prequel series. We have Reylo or Finn and Rey in the sequel series. And because of this, I think Kazuda and Torra really have a shot at a relationship. The crazy thing is they could end up in a relationship and then we could find out that Torra is actually a reluctant First Order spy. That would definitely be a mind-blowing moment in the show. Is it too much for a kid's show? I think so. But either way, I want to say thanks to Angwin and Professor Etc. who are having a discussion about Kazuda and Torra on Twitter with me. If you'd like to follow me there, it's at SW Speculations with an S on the end. And as always, remember to use the force within you to make the Star Wars community a better place by sharing your theories and speculation, and you can do that by answering the question of the day, which is simply, what do you think Kazuda and Torra should be called? We had Ezrabine for Ezra and Sabine, so what should this ship be called? Thanks for watching Star Wars Speculation, and may the force be with you.